Hey everybody, this is Geo Joe here today with a video tutorial on the Edge Recording Manager software. For today's video, I am utilizing the Edge Recording Manager version 2.3.1. And in today's video, I would like to show how you can add a host into the Edge Recording Manager software, and then how to create a layout and display your cameras from that host. Now, a host can be a variety of types of systems like a VMS server, or one of our standalone SNVR systems, or you can directly add the IP address of a camera into Edge Recording Manager and display live video. And then from the NVRs as well as the VMS systems, you can also view playback footage. So when you're in the Edge Recording Manager software, the first thing you'll want to do is go to the left and go to the host list. Now you'll hit the plus sign, the add button. And if you're on the same local network, you can search the host. But for today, we're going to be adding a system from outside of my local network. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click Add Host. When you do that, you get a menu that comes up where you have two drop downs. And on the first drop down on the left where it says Select Catalog, you'll click that and you'll see your options here. So video management software, IP camera, and surveillance system, and then others. For today, I'm going to be adding a GeoVision VMS system, so I'm going to select that. And then over on my sub menu over on the right, I'm going to click that, and you have three options: VMS/DVR/NVR, recording server, which is another VMS software type, and then we also have the AI Guard program. So I'm going to be adding the VMS, and I'll click that. Once you do that, you'll get a window that comes up here, and host name, this can be whatever you want it to display as. So if you wanted to name it like the name of the business or whatever, you can do that. I'm going to call this one Pharmacy as a demo. And then for the address, you want to put in the IP address of the VMS machine that you're connecting to. Now, if you are using Edge Recording Manager on a network that is not the same internal network as that VMS machine, you will need to enter in the external IP address of the VMS server. And you'll also need to make sure that the ports have been opened on the network. You'll also need to ensure that within the VMS software, you have the appropriate network services running so they can talk to this Edge Recording Manager program. But as long as you have all of that done, you can go ahead and just enter in the external IP address right up here in the address field. Then under ID and password, you will want to go ahead and enter in the VMS's ID and password. And your default ports are already listed out here. If you changed any of the ports within the VMS software, you'll want to go ahead and update those here. And once you have all that information input, the key thing that you want to do before you hit OK is hit this little recycle icon that says update information whenever you hover over it. Once we do that, it's going to reach out to the VMS server and establish a connection. You'll get a message here that says system information updated successfully. You'll hit OK, and then it will update here with the number of cameras that you have on that machine. Once you're finished there, you just hit OK, and it has now added that host over into your host list on your left. Now, if you would like to create a layout to display those cameras, you can come up here to the layout section and then hit the plus sign, add new layout. And you can name it, again, whatever you want. I'll call this Pharmacy. And you have a few options here as far as how you want to lay out your cameras. If you want to choose one of these predefined options that shows you the type of layout, you can just go ahead and tick the bubble associated with the one you like. Or if you'd like to define how many rows and columns there are, you can just simply tick this bubble and then type in the number of rows and columns that you want. Or lastly, if you hit Customize, you actually have the ability to create a custom layout. So you just hit Customize, hit OK. And you get this screen that comes up here where you can now just basically drag, and it will then merge your cells once you release your mouse icon. So we just drag there, and it will go ahead and create those divisions for me. So this is especially convenient if you're using some of our 180-degree panoramic cameras. Maybe you'd like to create like a panoramic view there and then have some larger squares and maybe a few smaller boxes as well. You can really create a nice custom view here. When you're done, you just simply hit OK, And you can see right there, it'll give you that blank layout. And if we come back over on the left to our host list, we can expand our cameras right to the left of our host name. You'll get it where it will say camera, and you have two options here. You can click the plus sign to the left of camera again, and you'll see all of your cameras listed out right there. And you can just simply drag and drop where you want those cameras to display. Or if you'd like, you have the ability to simply click right here where it says camera. You can click and drag it and drop it in the first position, and then it will bring in all of your cameras for live display. This has been a video tutorial on how to add a host within the GeoVision Edge Recording Manager software. For further information on our product line, please check us out at www.geovision.com.tw/US. Thanks a lot for watching.